In this module 2, we will try to explore the root of the English language through its language tree. It will help us to understand how it is related to the Germanic branch of the Indo-European languages. Please read the textbook from pages 14 through 38 to explore the history of the English language. There are some interesting materials here for you to read and to learn on this topic. Here is the language tree for you to study the origin of the languages, especially the Indo-European languages, how the English language originated from the Germanic branch, which is the West Germanic branch of the language. You have quiz 1 and discussion 1 due by the end of this week. The quiz and the discussion are based on the materials posted on this module and what we have covered on pages 14 through 38. In 2009, the Linguistic Society of America documented 699 distinct languages spoken around the world. In this timeline of the human civilization, languages constantly change over the time. Some die out, whereas some new languages are born. This is an evolutionary process that keeps pace with the changing landscape of human civilization. Among these languages spoken around the world, some have a huge number of speakers, whereas others command only a smaller number of population. The most popular languages around the world are Chinese, Spanish, English, Hindi, Arabic, Bengali, Portuguese, Russian, Japanese, and Punjabi. This is based on the population of speakers. Among these languages, the one that tops the list is Chinese. Chinese has more than 1 billion people that speak this language as the first language. Just like humans, languages also belong to their families. Each language belongs to one or the other family. Here is a list of language families that have more than 100 million speakers. So the one on the top of the list is the Indo-European family of languages. They have 448 languages and the number of speakers are 3 billion and 237 million people. Most of the languages spoken in Europe, Asia Minor, and South Asia belong to this family. The second to the list are the languages that belong to the Sino-Tibetan family that have 453 languages. These languages are spoken in East Asia. The other language families in this list are the Atlantic Congo language family, Afro-Asiatic language family, Austrasian language family, Dravidian language family, Turkic language family, Japanese language family, and Austroasiatic language family. Once again, a family is a group of languages that can be shown to be genetically related to each other. The best known languages are those of the Indo-European family to which East English belongs. Because of its population, publications, historical record, and literacy, this Indo-European family of languages have remained the most influential language in the world. The language tree of the Indo-European family shows very important and amazing connections across languages from West Europe to South Asia. This Indo-European family is also called Proto-Indo-European because nobody knows what the original Indo-European language looked like. So linguists have reconstructed it and used this word as Proto-Indo-European. The major offshoots of the Proto-Indo-European are Baltic, Slavic, Germanic, Celtic, Italic, Albanian, Hellenic, Anatolian, and Indo-Iranian. We can say here that most European languages that are spoken today belong to this Germanic branch. And if you want to talk about English, then English belongs to West Germanic sub-branch. The other languages that belong to this group are Frisian, Dutch, and German. It will be interesting to see what might be the most ancient text of Indo-European language that survives today. The oldest literary text preserved in the Indic branch is regarded to be the Vedas, which are the sacred books of Hinduism. The ancient Vedas have four series: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samveda, and Atharva Veda. The earliest book is the Rig Veda, which is a collection of hymns about the nature of existence. And the last one is Atharva Veda, which includes incantations and ritual formulas connected with many kinds of current religious practices in Hinduism. These books form the basis of Brahmin philosophy and for a long time were preserved by oral traditions of the ancient times. Sanskrit is the most ancient language of the Indic branch. It is still used for religious practices. It is also the mother of the largest number of languages in South Asia. Hindi, Punjabi, Bengali, Nepali, and Maithili are directly derived from Sanskrit. Hindi, the national language of India, is the fourth largest language in the world. It will be interesting to see the similarities between the English language spoken today with the Sanskrit language that comes from thousands of years of history, because Sanskrit and English both belong to the same language family. The Germanic group of languages belongs to the larger Indo-European language family, which includes an area of languages spoken from India to Europe. Scholars believe that the ancient tribes of North Europe who lived around 3,000 years ago spoke a common ancestral language referred to as a Proto-Indo-European language. As these tribes migrated and interacted with various cultures, the Proto-Indo-European language changed and eventually split into different language branches, one of which was the Germanic branch. The Germanic branch further divided into three main groups: East Germanic languages, North Germanic languages, and West Germanic languages. The Germanic group encompasses a diverse area of languages spoken predominantly in Europe. These languages share common linguistic features and linguistic roots, ultimately tracing their origins back to a common ancestral language that is Proto-Germanic. This is a linguistic reconstruction within the group of Germanic languages. Its three main branches are West Germanic, North Germanic, and East Germanic. The West Germanic branch is the largest and the most widely spoken among the Germanic languages. It includes various languages, some of which are major world languages today. They are German, English, Dutch, Afrikaans, and Yiddish. We can see the countries on the map of Western Europe where these languages are spoken. German has around 90 million native speakers, although it is older than the English language, whereas English has over 360 million native speakers, and millions more speak it as a second language around the world. It serves as the primary language of the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, and many other countries across the world. Dutch is spoken in the Netherlands, Belgium, and Suriname, and is the native language of over 24 million people. Afrikaans is derived from Dutch and is primarily spoken in South Africa and Namibia. It is the third most spoken language in South Africa. And Yiddish blends elements of German, Hebrew, and Slavic languages. Now let's look at the map here. On the left side on this map are Ireland and the United Kingdom. They are orange in color. France, which is across from the English Channel, is grayed out in the background. Germany in green color is the one on the right, east of the United Kingdom. The two large countries on the top in the north are Norway and Sweden. The United Kingdom once built the largest colonial empire around the world, from North America and South Africa to India and Australia, and thus established English as the most widely spoken language across the globe. However, it is not spoken in these neighboring countries in Europe. France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Sweden, Norway, etc., that we see here are permanently the next door neighbors of the United Kingdom. And the English language is the closest to French, Italian, German, and Spanish languages that are spoken here. They are the closest because of the syntax, the vocabulary, and script. However, the English language never flourished in these countries. This can tell us a lot about the clash of civilizations and what factors play roles in the establishment of linguistic colonization.